Warm welcome, this is Markus Termin at the 6th of August 2024. The moon shifted to the sign of Virgo and he's out of the new moon position now. A day from now, or maybe even today, we will see the first spark of light being reflected by the moon again. And what I want to point out today is something about an important fixed star, as we say, which is called Regulus. Regulus used to be the heart of Leo. And as you can see, Venus, Mercury retrograde, and the moon are just around this fixed star Regulus. Now, what happened to Regulus really? Regulus used to be the heart of the lion, and Regulus is of a great importance for astronomical measurements because he's so synchronized to the rhythm of Saturn and Jupiter going around the sun. This is really perfectly synchronized to that, and therefore it's a complicated procedure that I can't explain here, but therefore he is a very good mark star for if we want to have measurements in the sky, especially concerning a so-called sidereal zodiac, which after all doesn't exist. And the proof you see for that is Regulus being moved to the side of Virgo. Regulus is not a Leo star anymore. He's a Virgo star. He's said to have positive influence, but full of risk at the other side. And Regulus makes people bold, puts them in the position of governance. They have the possibility of a risky uprising. They will succeed at last. It's combined with the powers of Jupiter and Mars, they say, the old astrologers say. Sad enough, our new astrology of individual chart reading, which is combined from astrology, mythology and psychology, kind of lost the hold onto the fixed stars, which is very important because we just watch the computer screen actually, and we should watch the sky more. There's declination, there's conjunction that are hitting closer and other conjunctions that are hitting less close. So that's my take on an astrology of the future. Let's get back to the orientation on the fixed stars also. But we must realize that the so-called age of Aquarius and the so-called precision is not existing this way. And the proof is, you see, Regulus is in Virgo. That means that the fixed stars move through the just regular zodiac, and the regular zodiac doesn't move at all because it's the scale. You can't move the scale. If you move the scale, you will have no measurement at all. And that's interesting. But as long as we move the fixed stars, which are not fixed actually, but they are not moving too much. In fact, they are not moving at all. It's a relative movement. So if we pick up the fixed stars from our only existing scale, there is no other scale for time measurement in general. Even the atomic time measurement needs to have the zodiac as a scale. And so we can say this thing, Regulus, moved over to Virgo. This means something and changes ages, because we are not in the age of Leo anymore. It's not about bold action of getting things done in a self-celebrating way, just as Leo does, but it's more about Virgo, being careful, clean the world up for the next 2000 years. right now, at the start of it, we seem to have gone through a phase, and we're still in it, of a so-called scientific and hygienical madness and also abuse. Part of it is madness, the other part is abuse by bad actors, who just want to make cash with the world. This is the situation we are in. But looking at the future, and now Regulus is if we look at fixed stars, the conjunction that is worth looking at is just 1 degree. It's very, very narrow. And if you look at it now, Venus and Mercury and the Moon are farther away than 1 degree. But Mercury retrograde will turn back to Regulus and will be in conjunction. I don't know whether from declination or not, but in conjunction from the same direction on the 14th of August. So we're in that thing, and interesting enough, what comes positive from that, Will we be able to get out of scientific madness, which is actually the opposition of the Virgo forces to the Piscean forces, which are retrograde, kind of crawling back. Of course, they are trying everything, Some individuals want to even install NATO to do a forced treatment upon citizens. New Zealand just put out a law which I can't even quote because it's beyond any blah blah blah. Difficult about words on this platform, that. But this is the situation we're basically in. For the daily energy, for the energy of today, interesting enough, maybe we can get an idea how we can get this all cleaned up with the force of Regulus. And ideas we should have, because in the sign of Gemini, Mars and Jupiter are conjuncting. Of course, this might be a lot of, hot air or cold air or whatever, because Gemini is an air sign, but Mars approaching Jupiter is always like there's a big blow up of force, But what kind of force is it? It is the force of Gemini. It's the force of arguing. It's the force of words. It's the force of movement. It's the force of information. And if this information has got a tiny bit of wisdom, Jupiter with it, but actually Jupiter is not at home. He's peregrine, He doesn't have his home base, but he should have some wisdom. The world wouldn't go as bad. Okay, so what's the energy of the day? New uprising after the new moon, cleaning up of things and thoughts and arrangements with all those Virgo forces. Thank you very much for listening. This is Markus Termin, Astrologisches Stundenbuch at the 6th of August 2024. In case you want to get in contact with me, I'll be happy about that. See you tomorrow.